as well. So let's begin our sequence by chanting Om 3 times. So take a deep inhalation for Om chanting. Another deep inhalation. And one more time. And exhale everything out completely, all the tensions and worries. Now, we are doing a sequence which is going to help us lose weight, improve our digestion, and also then we will do stretches for our back. So the warm-up is Surya Namaskar. Those who can't do Surya Namaskar, please do few basic asanas of Surya Namaskar. You can do standing forward bend, then Bhujanga asana if possible, or any asana separately if you can't do Surya Namaskar. But let us see, we can do one very slowly. So any pose, because it's a combination of 12 asanas, so whatever you can do is fine. So first, before doing so, we'll stretch our entire body in Tadasana. Stretch up. Reach the ceiling. Straighten the spine. Stretch, 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 and exhaling, come down. Now, let's begin Surya Namaskar. Coming to the front of the mat, inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, stretch up and gently arch back. Exhale, bending from the hips, lengthening the spine, palms on the floor. Now, inhale, take the right leg back, retain the breath, other leg back. In case you can't do this position, go to the next position straight away. Ashtanga, exhaling. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale, Parvatasana. Inhale, exhale, inhale, stretch up, arch back, and relax. One more round, left side. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, stretch up, and gently arch back. Exhale, again gently. First lengthening the spine to 90 degrees, bringing palms on the floor, so toes and hands are in one line. Inhaling, left knee back, knee doesn't go beyond the toes to protect our knees. Now, Dandasana, Ashtanga, exhaling, inhale, Cobra, exhale, Parvatasana, inhale, left foot forward, other foot forward, inhale, stretch up, arch back, and relax. One more round. Inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, stretch up, gently arch back. Exhale, bending from the hips, not from the waist. Palms on the floor. Let's hold it here for a few seconds. This is Uttanasana. We'll do this round slowly. So if you can't do any asana, please move to the next asana and finish your round. Now, inhale, right leg back, look up. This is, Surya Namaskar is very, very useful and effective for weight loss and also improving circulation throughout the body. Now, retaining the breath, Dandasana. And for weight loss, we can do a variation in this position. So we will hold this position and try to tuck your navel in. Tuck your navel in. Push your abdomen towards the spine. Very, very good to tone the abs. And you hold it till you're comfortable. If you can hold it for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, that's fine. In the next round, try to increase this hold. Very powerful for toned abs. And whenever you feel you can't hold any longer, exhaling, come in Ashtanga. Inhale, Cobra. Where again, Cobra is very good for toned abs. Exhaling, Parvatasana. Inhale, right foot forward. Now right foot is between both palms. Exhaling, curl the toe in, other foot forward. Inhale, stretch up, gently arch back and relax. Now left side, inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, stretch up, arch back. Exhale, bending forward. Inhale, left leg back. Look up. Retaining the breath, take the other leg back. Now those who can, if you can, otherwise you go in Ashtanga. We can do some push-ups here. Again. You can do 10, 20, 30. Keep your navel tucked in towards the spine. Very, very good to lose abdominal fat. And whenever you can't, you want to exhale and relax in Ashtanga. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Left foot forward. And relax. Now we can do one last round. If you do it a little bit fast, it increases your heart rate. It becomes like a cardio workout if you do very fast Surya Namaskar, but generally I don't recommend it doing for fast, but for weight loss, it's effective if you do many rounds of Surya Namaskar. You can do 1 or 2 slow rounds, then 1 fast round. And slowly try to increase the number of rounds that you can do. Now we will relax in Shavasana and take some deep breaths. My heart rate is already quite high, so it's a very challenging, and if you keep doing repetitions, it's very, very useful for weight loss. So just relax in Shavasana, bring the heart rate to normal by taking deep breaths, and mentally prepare yourself for the next asana. So this sequence, the first 15 to 20 minutes, we'll work on the middle part, which is very, very useful because abdominal obesity is a risk factor for metabolic syndrome. So we'll try to tone the abs, and then we'll go to the low part of the body. Now, first asana is, first we'll do double leg raises. So bringing the palms under the hips. Inhaling, exhaling. Engage your core. Keep the knees straight. And before the legs reach the floor, you can try to lift them again. Very, very good to build core strength, and of course, also improves our digestion. Try to keep both knees straight. Our toes are pointed towards the forehead. Keep going till you can. Inhaling as we take the legs up, exhaling down. Now we can do one just around 30 degrees or so and hold it here. Tuck your navel in again. Push your abdomen towards your spine for toned abs. And keep breathing. Keep your palms under the hips to protect your lower back. And down. Now, if you want, we can do even some more, starting from almost like 30 to 45 degrees. This will work on the lower abs. Inhale, exhale. Inhale as we move up, exhale as we move down. And these exercises, they're very good to improve digestion, strengthening our core. And relax. Shake out your wrist. Take a few deep breaths here. Now the next asana is Nauka asana. Anyone with low back pain can avoid that because it puts pressure on your back. You can do double leg raises again. Nauka asana is excellent asana to improve digestion. So, getting ready for Nauka asana. Inhaling. So the arms are parallel to the floor and our toes and eyes are almost at the same level. Keep breathing and again try to push your navel towards your spine and hold it till you can. You can even lift your body more, wherever you can keep the boat stable. And if you can't hold any longer, we've already done 35 to 40 minutes. So exhaling, we come down and we'll do it one more time. And we'll make it slightly easier if you find this too challenging. But if you can do that, this is fine. But otherwise, we can bend our knees slightly. And we'll try to hold it for 1 minute this time. Whatever is your comfort level, try to do a little bit, at least 2 to 3 seconds more. So, again, so you can just bend your knees slightly like this. Keep breathing as we hold the posture. Keep your abdomen pushed in towards the spine to increase the challenge. And relax. Now, if this is too challenging, we will do half boat also. It's called Triyak Naukasana, where we will actually tone the side abs also, the transverse abs. To place both palms on the on your thighs, on your legs, and inhale. First, we'll raise the left leg. Raise the left leg and your upper body, and then you can turn towards the side. So this is going to engage our oblique muscles. Hold it here for 30 seconds. And this is even suitable for anyone with back pain because our back is stable, it's on the floor. If you have time, do 3 to 4 sets of this. And release. Now the right leg, inhaling. And release. So the next asana that we're going to do is again a challenging pose, and those who, that's Dandasana. If anyone has back pain, you can avoid, and we need to put weight on our elbows. So you can repeat the double leg raises, but the Dandasana is very, very effective for toning our abdominal muscles. So we'll try to hold it for 30 seconds to 1 minute. Inhaling. Now, while doing so, please, it's very helpful if you push your abdomen towards the spine and keep breathing. And release. We'll do it one more time. And release. Just relax in Makarasana. Bring your heart rate to normal. It's a very challenging asana. Make a pillow with your fist, with your hands. Rest one cheek and keep taking deep inhalations and exhalations. Prone ventilation. It's so interesting that all these yogic techniques that have been used for thousands of years, all of them are being used in hospitals. Keep taking deep breaths, inhalations and exhalations. Now, relax the back. These poses put pressure on the lower back, so we will just relax the back in child pose. Now, we can do one more asana, which is Marjari Vithalasana. Again, very good for the spine, but it also is very good to improve digestion. So, inhaling, exhale. Inhale, When you exhale and your head is between the arms, try to look at your navel. So very deep inhalation. Your head is up towards the ceiling, your lower back is down, and now we exhale. Head is between the arms and upper back is rounded. Happy spine pose, very good to nourish our intestines and improve digestion. Two more times. Whenever we do any abs, it's important to do some spine or back exercises to ease the pressure. Now we'll do some basic postures. The first one is Paschimottanasana. Toes are pointed towards the forehead. Again, very, very good to massage our internal organs. With each exhalation, try to sink deeper towards the floor. Keep your toes pointed towards the forehead. And release. Let's do a back stretch, which is Bhujangasana. And if you can't do Bhujangasana, you can do Dhanurasana, which is again a very good chest opening back bend. Keep breathing. Our lungs are expanded. It's very, very good to keep breathing in this position to boost the efficiency of our lungs. And whenever you want, we can exhaling, we come down and again relax in Makarasana. Put your opposite other cheek on your hands and again take deep breaths. With each inhalation, feel your abdomen sinking into the ground. And with each exhalation, feel any negativity, any tension, or any pain escaping the body. The incoming breath is energizing our body, and the outgoing breath is relaxing the body. Now, coming to a seated position from Vajrasana, we'll go into Shashankasana. You can separate the knees and gently push the hands forward. Keep breathing here also. Surrender to Mother Earth. Now we'll do a twist for our spine, which is half spinal twist, so right leg straight. Exhaling, turn towards the left shoulder. With each exhalation, keep trying to turn your head a bit more towards the left and keep breathing. Again, our chest is expanded, so make sure we keep breathing. This is very good to support the health of our heart and also lungs. And of course, this asana gives a very nice massage to our internal organs and improves digestion. Let's do the other side. So left leg straight. This time, left leg is straight, right knee is bent, and turn towards the right shoulder. And start the movement from your abdomen, followed by the chest, shoulders, and finally the neck. Keep turning a bit more, but of course stay within your comfort zone, Yatha Samar. If you practice every day, slowly the spine will become more and more flexible. They say you are as young as your spine is flexible. So yoga is the best practice to improve flexibility of the spine. And relax. Now we'll do a few postures for the lower part of the body. Relaxing in Shavasana. First one is Nataraj. Spread you. What you can do is your right leg to 90 degrees and then turn it towards the left as you take the neck in the opposite direction. This is a supine twist. Hold it. And then let's do the other side. Left leg to 90 degrees and then you can use your right arm to increase the stretch. We go to the next pose and that is chair pose. Now chair pose is again very, very useful asana for toning the low part of the body. So simply standing, feet are hip width apart. Inhale, take and gently push your pelvic back. Now make sure again the knees don't go beyond the toes. It's only the pelvic which is pushed back as if you're sitting in an imaginary chair. We'll do a few times. Hold it here. Feel the stretch in your hips and your thighs. Those who have knee pain, they can avoid this asana. It puts pressure on the knees and you can do Natarajasana again. We can do some squats also. But it's important that our knees don't go beyond the toes. It's only the pelvic which is pushed. When we do this, it puts pressure on the knees and it eventually causes knee pain. And our chest should be elevated. Don't let the chest drop forward. Chest is like this. Now there is a variation of this which you can use a wall to do this asana. Stand against a wall and simply like this. And you can hold it here for 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever is comfortable. Excellent to tone the lower part of the body. Feel the stretch in your thighs and your hips. And you can do few repetitions of this. Now we come to do some standing postures. The first one is Veerbhadrasana. So right foot is pointed towards at 90 degree, inhaling. Just lunge on the right knee. And look at the right hand. Very, very good asana to prevent osteoporosis. Strengthens, it builds confidence, stamina. Veerbhadra asana too. It's the torso is stationary, it's the leg which is in lunge position. We don't want to do this. Now those who want to increase the challenge, please bring your right arm on the right leg and exhaling. Now this puts a lot of pressure on the knees. If you can't do this, you can do Trikonasana. Finish the other side and then do triangle pose. Now we are using a body weight. So my weight of my body is on the right knee. So this is very, very, it's almost like going to the gym and using some weights. Keep breathing. And let's do the other side. So this time, left foot towards 90 degree. Lunge on the left knee this time. Again, to increase this challenge and tone the lower part of the body, inhaling, place the left arm on the, and exhaling, we take it up. You can look at the hand, your right hand, or you can look straight ahead, whatever is more comfortable for you. But keep breathing. And release. Now the last asana is pigeon pose. So we can start from Adho Mukha Shvasasana, and those who can't do this, they can start from Vajrasana position also. From Vajrasana, you can simply go into pigeon pose. Either way is fine. So for doing, let's do it from Adho Mukha Shvasasana because this itself is a very good asana. Now just bringing your left foot slightly towards the middle. Inhaling, raise the right leg up. Take it up. Make sure the weight is divided equally between both arms. And this itself is a very good asana. There's a lot of stretch in your left thigh. Feel the stretch. Now exhaling. Bend the right knee. Place it on the floor. This is pigeon pose. Very, very good asana for people who get sciatica. Very good hip opener. Now this is very good pigeon pose. Now we can stay here. And those who want to increase the challenge, they can put their head on the floor. So we take an inhalation. And as we begin to exhale, gently you can lower your head and rest your head on the floor. You can do this. Lot of stretch in your right hip and very, very good for sciatica. Come to a neutral position, which is tabletop position. And again, we will go into Adho Mukha Shvasasana. This time, bring the right foot slightly towards the middle to balance the body. And as you inhale, take the left foot up. Now this asana gives you many benefits of a headstand. Feel the stretch. Take few breaths here. And exhaling, gently bend the left knee, place it on the floor. Again, take few deep breaths here. Now you can take it to another level. Inhale and bring the head down. And relax. Now, we'll just relax in Shavasana for take 10 breaths and then we will begin our pranayam. Very important to keep doing pranayam. You can do it 2-3 times a day. Gently scan your entire body, beginning from your feet. Make sure there is no tension anywhere in the body. And if there's any tension or pain anywhere, send breath to push the pain out. Keep breathing. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed. Your neck is relaxed. Your entire body is relaxed. We are doing nothing but just relaxing our body. Just relaxing the body. It's very important to relax in Shavasana after finishing the practice. Helps to cool down the body. Now, take your arms above and give your body a very nice stretch. The arms and legs in the opposite direction. And keeping your eyes closed, turning towards one side, come to a seated position. Feel how your body feels after this practice. And whenever you are ready, we will begin pranayam. So first is a cleansing technique or Shatkriya, Kapalbhati. So we will do 50 strokes to clean our nasal passages and then we'll begin our pranayam. So both hands in Chin Mudra. Whenever you're ready, begin to do 50 strokes of Kapalbhati. Soham, 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 Soham. Keep going at your own pace. Make sure the spine is straight, shoulders are relaxed. Don't hunch forward. Forced exhalation followed by passive inhalation. And once you finish Kapalbhati, we will practice breath retention. So keeping your body straight. Take a very deep inhalation. You can either do it through the nose or the mouth. And try to retain the breath till you're comfortable. And whatever is your retention time, the next time, try to hold your breath for at least 2 to 3 seconds longer. And let's practice this 3 times. We want to expand our lungs and increase the surface area so that more gaseous exchange can take place and we get more oxygen throughout our body. And since everyone has their own comfort level, and unfortunately I can't see you, so you can hold till you're comfortable. If you can hold it for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever is comfortable, but try to do this every 2-3 hours. You can do 2 or 3 breaths, but in between every retention, take a normal breath. Now the pranayam, we'll start Alom Vilom pranayam. So we'll do 4, 16, 8. Those who can't retain, they can just do inhale, exhale. So let's begin to inhale through the left nostril. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Retain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, right, 2, 3, 4. Retain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Retain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Retain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Retain, 2, 3. Keep going at your own pace. We'll do 2 more rounds. Very, very powerful pranayam. So try to practice Alom Vilom again few times a day. Excellent pranayam to boost the efficiency of our lungs, and especially when we do it with retention. It's being practiced in various hospitals to even for even COVID patients. So try to do it few times a day. Now next one is we'll take 5 Ujjayi breaths by constricting our throat, keeping the mouth closed. After finishing 5 rounds of Ujjayi pranayam, we'll do Bhamri pranayam 5 times, inhalation, exhaling, humming bee sound. Feel the vibration in your forehead, keeping the eyes and ears closed. Another very deep inhalation. 2 more rounds. So try to inhale deeply and also try to exhale for a long time if you can. And after finishing 5 rounds of Bhramari Pranayam, we can do a little bit of relaxing breath, and that is 4-7-8 breathing, extremely powerful to relax our nervous system. So we'll begin. So we inhale through the mouth, retain the breath to a count of 7 and exhale through the, we inhale through the nose, retain the breath and exhale through the mouth. With a whoosh sound. So let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Retain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Retain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Retain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Retain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Retain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've practiced 5 breaths, but you can do 3 sets of 4 breaths each with a break of 1 or 2 normal breaths. And this is excellent even if you practice it before bedtime. So now we will just relax in Sukhasana and feel the changes in our body after this practice and pranayam. And we can just stay in this state of relaxation for 2 minutes by just observing our breath. Just keep observing your breath or the movement of your abdomen rising and the abdomen falling. As you inhale, the abdomen rises, and as you exhale, the abdomen contracts. Just keep observing this movement. We are only observing, we are doing nothing. And if your mind begins to wander, if you get stray thoughts, just greet them, acknowledge them, don't judge them, and let them go. They will go away. Bring your focus and awareness back to the breath, the breathing sensation in the body. The abdomen rising as we inhale and the abdomen falling as we exhale. Begin to notice any sound in your surrounding space or any smell, chirping of birds or a fan, or if there's a river around you. Keep observing your breath. Make sure your body is relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. Just observe the abdomen expanding as you inhale and the abdomen contracting as you exhale. Just use breath as an anchor to relax the mind, to still the mind. Now let your awareness travel to your inner space. We are doing nothing, just relaxing. If your mind begins to wander and you are getting any thoughts, just observe them. Just be a silent observer of your thoughts. Don't judge them, good or bad. Greet them. The thoughts will go away. Bring your focus and awareness back to the breathing sensation in the body, the abdomen rising and the abdomen falling as we inhale and exhale. Just observing our breath. Connecting with ourselves through our breath. Now, this is mindfulness meditation, so try to practice it. You can practice it throughout the day. We can even practice moving meditation. And whatever we do, if we do it mindfully, whether we are eating, whether we are brushing our teeth, showering, watering our plants, just bring your awareness to the action that you are doing, and that is mindfulness meditation. So once we are aware and in the present moment, research has shown that we are happier, it improves our concentration, and also we enjoy the small pleasures of life that are happening in front of us, because usually our mind is in autopilot mode. So we spend 46.9% of our time thinking about something other than what we are actually doing. This is research from Harvard scientists. So our mind goes in an autopilot mode. The wandering mind is an unhappy mind. So when we practice mindfulness, it helps us to stay in the present moment and we enjoy small and simple pleasures of life. So try to practice this few times a day. So we'll end our practice with a prayer. All of us can pray either silently for world peace, for everyone's good health, and for the world to heal. We can chant Mahamrityunjay, so you can chant with me. We can do, there is Mahamrityunjay and there are Shanti mantras after that. So we can do the whole sequence. Om Trayambakam Yajamai Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukmiv Bandhanai Mrityur Mukshir Mamratai. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukmiv Bandhanai Mrityur Mukshir Mamratai. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukmiv Bandhanai Mrityur Mukshir Mamratai. Om Te. Wishing you peace, light and energy. Have a wonderful day. Keep smiling. Stay happy, healthy, calm and active. Stay safe.